Hey everyone, welcome back. Bet you've caught yourself daydreaming about working at a university that's like always pushing the limits of knowledge.
Right.
Well, today we're doing a deep dive into what makes Georgia Tech such an awesome place to build a career,
Yeah, and we're using insights from academicjobs.com for this?
which is, by the way, a super helpful resource if you're, actually looking into university jobs.
Oh, for sure.
But we're going for the inside scoop here, the stuff that makes Georgia Tech really stand out.
Definitely. What's cool about Georgia Tech is it's way more than just a name, you know?
Totally.
Like, according to academicjobs.com, it's this huge public research university, a top institute of technology, and they've got this long history of being amazing at STEM.
Yeah, I've heard that.
And then it's not just STEM, right? They've got tons of programs, 28 schools, I think. Over $1.3 billion every year for research.
Whoa, 1.3 billion.
Yeah. Shows you how dedicated they are to innovation.
That is wild. I can only imagine the kind of labs and projects they've got going on there.
Yeah.
Someone listening right now could be part of something huge there.
Exactly.
But what kind of people really thrive in that environment?
Good question. The source talks a lot about Georgia Tech looking for talented and diverse people, faculty and staff both.
Makes sense.
But it's more than skills. They want people who are passionate about, advancing technology, improving the human condition, big picture stuff.
So it's about sharing that vision for the future.
Yeah, totally. It's not just about checking boxes on a resume.
That makes a lot of sense. A shared vision can really make or break a workplace. But what about daily life there, like the actual vibe?
Right.
What are the values that shape the work culture at Georgia Tech?
Well, academicjobs.com highlights a few key things: creativity, collaboration, integrity, and inclusion.
Okay, so not just buzzwords.
No, they really mean it. It comes through in the environment. It seems like a really supportive place. Everyone feels valued, and they can actually contribute their own perspectives.
That's awesome. Yeah. So we've got brilliant people, cutting-edge research, and a good work culture. But what about the practical stuff?
Ah, you mean benefits?
Everyone wants to know about the benefits.
For sure, benefits matter, and Georgia Tech does not disappoint.
Okay, good to hear.
Academicjobs.com mentions competitive salaries and a really comprehensive benefits package. We're talking health insurance, retirement plans, and a good amount of paid time off.
Nice.
They even offer tuition reimbursement.
Tuition reimbursement. Wow.
Yeah, so if you want to keep learning, they've got you covered.
That is seriously cool. Shows they really care about their employees,
Totally.
investing in their growth. But let's shift gears a bit. Academicjobs.com talks about some pretty amazing alumni. We're talking Nobel Prize winners, NBA stars,
Yeah.
even a former U.S. president.
Yeah, it's impressive.
What does that say about Georgia Tech's impact, do you think?
I think it shows the kind of well-rounded education they offer.
Yeah.
And the diverse opportunities there. Their grads go on to do incredible things, all kinds of fields.
That's awesome. It really speaks to the quality of the education and the environment, that they can nurture that kind of talent.
Exactly.
Okay, now for the thing everyone wants to know. The application process.
Mm.
Academicjobs.com has this really helpful Q&A section, addresses some common worries.
Right.
So what are the key takeaways about actually applying for a job at Georgia Tech?
Well, first off, it seems like they have a pretty streamlined online application process. Makes it easy.
Good.
You can search and apply for open positions right on our website. They also say you should join their talent network to stay updated on opportunities.
Smart. That's good advice.
Hmm.
So it sounds like they're making the process user-friendly. But what about the actual steps involved? Like, what does a typical hiring process look like?
Okay, so the specifics can change, right?
Right, of course.
Depends on the position, the department.
Yeah.
But academicjobs.com outlines a pretty standard process. Usually starts with them reviewing applications, then a phone screening, just to get a better sense of your qualifications and, what you're interested in.
So let's say you get past that first screening. What's next? Is it like the big panel interview?
Well, sometimes it is. The source mentioned they might do in-person interviews or virtual ones.
Yeah.
And it could be with just the hiring manager or, a whole panel.
Got it.
They might want references, work samples, maybe even make you do an assessment. Depends on the job, really.
Right, right. So pretty typical stuff, but good to be prepared. What about the time? How long does this whole process usually take? Did academicjobs.com say anything about that?
They did, actually. They mentioned some reviews from Indeed.com, and those suggested it could be anywhere from a few weeks to a few months.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Which I guess is pretty normal for universities.
Yeah, that makes sense.
A lot of factors play into it. Number of applicants, how complex the role is, internal stuff.
So basically, the classic "it depends" answer, but I guess the takeaway is be patient
Definitely.
and persistent. I
Yeah.
mean, a few months would be worth it to land your dream job at a place like Georgia Tech, right?
Oh, absolutely. Speaking of dream jobs, remember those impressive alumni we were talking about before?
Yeah, how could I forget?
We've got Jimmy Carter, a Nobel Peace Prize winner, and Jeff Foxworthy. He's a comedian, super well known.
Such a range.
Right. And then you've got athletes like Chris Bosh and Iman Shumpert. Both had awesome NBA careers.
That is seriously diverse,
Hmm.
really shows the breadth of opportunities at Georgia Tech.
Yeah.
It's not just about like technical skills there. It's about becoming a well-rounded person,
Yeah.
someone who can go out and make a difference.
Exactly. And it's not just the big names making an impact. Georgia Tech grads are working on amazing projects all over the place. Sustainable energy, biomedical engineering, tackling the tough stuff.
And let's not forget, Georgia Tech is in Atlanta,
Hmm.
which is an awesome city. Rich history, great art scene, amazing food.
You're making me hungry. But yeah, Atlanta's got it all. Culture, job opportunities, and that's Southern hospitality.
No wonder Georgia Tech attracts top talent. Sounds like the perfect package, honestly. World-class university, supportive workplace, good benefits, and a fun city to live in.
Doesn't get much better than that. And don't forget, academicjobs.com is super helpful for anyone thinking about university careers.
Oh, right.
They have listings from top universities all over the world, including Georgia Tech, of course.
So if you're feeling inspired by all this, definitely check out academicjobs.com. See what's out there. You never know, your dream job could be just a click away.
Exactly. And here's something to think about. Imagine yourself working at Georgia Tech. What kind of project would you be most excited to work on? What impact would you want to have?
That is a great question. It really gets you thinking about the possibilities. Me, I'd be
Oh.
all over the renewable energy stuff.
Oh, cool.
Imagine working on like cutting-edge solar tech or figuring out how to make cities more sustainable.
Yeah, that's awesome. And it really shows you the impact Georgia Tech's research has. They're not messing around. They're trying to solve real problems.
Right. And they've got the resources to do it. $1.3 billion for research.
Hmm.
That's not just a number, that's fuel for serious innovation.
Totally. No wonder they're seen as a leader in so many fields. And what's also cool is they're really dedicated to diversity and inclusion.
Yeah, definitely.
They get it. Innovation needs different perspectives, different backgrounds.
And we saw that in their alumni,
Yeah.
right? A president, a comedian, NBA stars. Georgia Tech clearly supports talent in all kinds of areas.
It's pretty inspiring, and it goes back to those values we were talking about, creativity, collaboration, integrity, inclusion.
Yeah.
It's not just talk. It seems like it's part of their DNA.
That's what makes Georgia Tech so unique, I think. It's not just a job, it's being part of something bigger, something that's actually making the world better.
And for anyone out there who's thinking, hey, maybe a university career is for me.
Yes.
Remember to check out academicjobs.com. They've got listings from the best universities worldwide, Georgia Tech included, so you can find something that matches your passions and skills.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Your dream job might be waiting on academicjobs.com, who knows? Thanks for joining us for this deep dive into Georgia Tech. What a place.
It's been fun exploring it with you. Until next time, stay curious, everyone, and keep chasing those big dreams.